Out, they power up and turn four. Littlefield got his foot into it as him and Wallenberg go side by side. Off turn two, Richie Littlefield pulls ahead. Wallenberg drops into second with Matt Alex in the third spot.
McGrath and Alex side by side for third and fourth, but leading lap one is Mr. Excitement himself, Richie Littlefield. Alex takes the third spot here away from McGrath. Staubitz hangs out in fifth. Hospital now to the outside of Flanagan right behind that.
McGrath trying to work the outside to Matt Alex. He's got a lot of power. That car seems to jump off the corners. Matt Alex works the low side very well. Holds on to the third spot. Still being challenged the outside by Tommy McGrath.
Alex playing things down low as McGrath charges on the outside. There's still nerf bar to nerf bar for the third and fourth spots with Staubitz and Hosfeld right on their back bumpers as Littlefield slowly opens up some real estate between him and Wallenberg.
It looks like the outside groove is the way to go. McGrath powers around Matt Alex, picks up the third spot.
Dave McKnight takes a trip through the infield, but he pulls up onto the midget track. We're going to stay green flag racing. His teammate Tom McGrath now is the sole possessor of the third spot as he's pulled past Matt Alex.
The hot shoe now works to the outside of Matt Alex. He's looking for that fourth spot. Going down the straightaway. Alex and Hosfeld side by side. And McGrath now drives to the inside. Wallenberg picks up the second spot.
It's a six-pack there for 2 through 7 with McGrath and Wallenberg. McGrath taking over the second spot. Alex, Hosfeld, Staubitz, Putney, and still quite a mess behind them. This one is still up in the air with 45 to go.
Richie Littlefield about a 5-car length opening on the second-place car.
Turn two, we got a pile-up. Hare gets loose, spins, and we got one up, spun out in turn two. I believe that's Ryan Holland. I cannot tell from here.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It does look like it.
That's the 45 of Buck Carolino. Danny Knoll, he's got some tire rubbing on the nerf bar. Well, that all started. Carl Hare got loose and checked up big time. Everybody behind him had to do the same, and Buck Hill up in turn two.
Knoll now realizes he has a problem. He's coming around the outside of the field. He doesn't want to pass the pace car, but he's working quickly. He knows he's got to get into the pits, change that tire, and or give that nerf bar pull.
Walber, Matt Alex, Chuck Hosfeld, Donnie Staubitz, Billy Putney, Siege Fidanza, Carl Hare, Jim Flanagan, Ted Christopher, Pete Britton, Tim Mangus, Ron Easton, Kevin Eckridge, Chris Finicero, Bill Teresi, Dick Kluth, Weist, Catalano, Koschuk, Knoll, and Shear, as the green flag is going to come out of turn four.
Littlefield sets a pace as they pull off at turn four. Side by side. Swings a little high, powering off at turn two, side by side. It's still Littlefield, but we got a jingle back in the field.
Turn one, it's Ron Easton rounding a ring. Bill Koschuk taking a trip through the infield, and Tim Mangus, who's come to a stop.
Mangus has been out for a long time, too. He's another guy that sustained an injury after a bump. Oliver make up the second row, and the hot shoe, the man who's been out of town racing mostly on the NASCAR modified circuit, Chuck Hosfeld fills in the fifth spot, and outside him is a big dog. We're about ready to go green flag. They're working themselves through 3 and 4. Starter looks them over. The green's out, and we're racing one more time. Down the front straightaway, it's Littlefield and McGrath. Side by side as they tear through turn one, working their way through two, and off turn two and down the back straightaway.
And we are safely through turns 1 and 2. McGrath going to eke out in front as they enter turn number 3. Now we got Tom Weiss slow down the backstretch, but he'll keep it going. We're going to stay green flag racing. And McGrath takes over the lead on lap number 6.
Tommy McGrath, very strong move to the outside of Richie Littlefield as he pulls into the first spot. Littlefield into second. Matt Alex runs third. The hot shoe, Chuck Hosfeld fills the fourth spot, being followed closely by two-time track champion Billy Putney.
Steve Fidanza down underneath Dave Wallenberg, trying to get the sixth spot away from him. He will do so as Hosfeld down low on Matt Alex for the third spot.
I thought Jim Planning was going to make a move there, but I'll tell you, the big dog flew by him. Wallenberg now working his way back as he got shoved high. He's got about 4 cars. But out in front, we got Tommy McGrath. He's being challenged by Littlefield. Hosfeld fills the third spot. Matt Alex swings high, and here comes Billy Putney underneath him.
It's now Putney and Alex side by side for the fourth position as Littlefield's right on the back bumper of Tom McGrath. Putney now takes the fourth spot away, and trying to follow him around is Steve Fidanza. And and he will take it. Siege bumped up to second place in points after last week, so he's chasing him on the track and in the standings.
Matt Alex got shoved out there a little bit. He's dropped back now to the sixth spot. Looking underneath him will be the big dog. But out front, Tom McGrath runs very strong, and he's only got about a half a car length on Richie Littlefield. Still running third would be Hosfeld. Now here comes Siege trying to get underneath Putney. Can't do it as they go into turn 3.
35 and Tom Weiss into the infield. We are a fifth of the way through into the 60-lap race. 11 in and 39 to go as it's Tom McGrath and Richie Littlefield out front with the big three. Hosfeld, Putney, and Bonanza are chasing them down in a big hurry and pulling away from Matt Alex and Donnie Staubitz.
Teddy Christopher still has not cracked the top 10. He's running 11th behind Jimmy Flanagan. We've got 12 laps in the book. And I'll tell you, that battle for third is heating up as you got Hosfeld, Putney, and Siege. They are battling nose to tail, inside, outside. Putney now tries to inside Hosfeld in turn 3.
Putney ducked low. Hosfeld looks like he may have some kind of push on the Primetime Motorsports car. Bonanza swinging wide out of fourth, trying to challenge Putney with a fourth spot. He'll pull to the outside. Our rival, well, three of them are duking it out here. Bonanza down to the outside. They bonsai on the backstretch. Putney down low. Hosfeld goes up high to block Bonanza. But Siege has got an open lane up high with the 22 and 88 down low.
Remember what Hosfeld said earlier in the interview. He doesn't seem to really think too highly of Siege right now. But Billy Putney might be caught up in something he doesn't want to be part of. But out front, Tom McGrath with 14 laps in the book. They'll be looking at 15 this time around. He's got a lap or one car length lead on Littlefield. Those two are pulling away.
Hosfeld and Bonanza now are past Putney. Putney is split back to the fifth position now. So, just like the U.S. Open, just like many times before, Hosfeld and they knocked Nerf bars going down the backstretch. We're at 35 laps to go. Now on a turn 4, Littlefield makes a challenge to try and regain the lead. But McGrath slams the door on him.
Remember, most of the cars here come out of the Troyer Engineering Shop in Rochester, New York. That number 12 car in the lead, that's built by local car builder Billy Mislin over at RE Speed and Fabrication. That's out front. That's a brand new car. Got a 100 power plant under the hood. He's still leading this race.
Your last two feature winners here at Lancaster are still out in front. Siege Bonanza works to the outside of Chuck Hosfeld one more time for the third spot. Battle down the backstretch. Bonanza takes the third spot away on the outside from Chuck Hosfeld.
That's about as deep as you can push a car into the corner, not spin out. And Siege takes over the third spot. I'm sure Hosfeld will bring back at him, but Siege's got a car length on him. Billy Putney is running in the fifth spot. Sixth, Matt Alex. Seventh, Carl Heron. Seventh, eighth, the big dog.
And they are quickly closing in on the top two as Richie Littlefield has been hunting down low to try and work past Tom McGrath for the lead. So McGrath has just kept himself low enough to block that inside lane from Richie Littlefield. Bonanza's on a tear and he's cutting down the real estate left and right to reach your top two. Hosfeld and Putney are in tow. Then a ways back, Carl here has worked himself up to the seventh spot, chasing down Matt Alex.
Siege Bonanza looks like he's got the fastest car on the track right now as he's quickly cutting down the distance between himself and second place running Richie Littlefield. Richie is right on the rear bumper of our leader, Tom McGrath. But Siege got that car pumping now. Let me tell you, he's moved in within the car length of Richie Littlefield.
Bonanza running the outside line, trying to get some momentum as he is quickly approaching your top two and has been cutting down the lead lap after lap. Carl Harris down underneath Matt Alex for the sixth spot now as they battle quite a ways back from your leaders. Down low through 3, 4, out of turn 4. Carl Harris takes the sixth spot away from Matt Alex.
Tommy McGrath out there, he's got one of those big motors. He's carrying the extra weight. He's leading this. But then you have Littlefield Bonanza with the Lancaster Legal 358 motors running second and third. Time will tell. Will the extra weight tell on McGrath? We've already got 23 laps in the book. We're almost halfway there. But dropping back is Chuck Hosfeld, Billy Putney. They're trying to drop back from that lead group of three. And we got a spinner down here in turn. It's Ted Christopher.
Ted Christopher facing the wrong way on a one-way street. Caution is out.
All by himself. No one around him. Looks like he got down there and it just come around on him.
So one of the big-name outsiders loops it on his own in turn 2, and he was just hiding back in the 11th spot, really not pressing anything. And now he may have to press if he wants to get to the front of the field. We're just 2 away from halfway.
Got to be frustrating. He's come in here with 3 cars and he just hasn't enjoyed the success he's wanted to at Lancaster Speedway. And everybody knows terrible-tempered Teddy is definitely a man to be in his problem. He may have had a tire go down, going down into turns 1 and 2, but the young men up in front of him, a little bit younger, Richie Littlefield, winner last week in a 1, runs second. He's been pressed. Each Fidanza, 7-time track champion in 3rd spot. They're looking to work through 3 and 4. The starters looking them over. The green flag's out and we're racing.
Shear and Christopher exit the pit as the green flag comes back out. Immediately, Billy Putney goes down low on Chuck Hosfeld for the 4th spot. They'll run nerf by to turn number 2 as Steve Fidanza advances on Rich Littlefield for 2nd. Putney down low, Hosfeld up 5. They're still wheel to wheel with Carl Hare sniffing his way forward as well.
Carl Hare is looking as strong as I've seen him all year long. Carl in that 59 New Orville's machine, also sponsored by Mighty Taco. Carl's looking extremely strong. He's running 6th, but I'll tell you, that car looks like it'll be up front very quickly. Tom McGrath holds off Richie off turn 4.
This is the halfway point. Tom McGrath is your leader. Richie Littlefield 2nd, Fidanza. Putney is 4th, Hosfeld is 5th, Hare is 6th. That is your lead pack as they head down the backstretch single file.
Richie tried to get underneath. Tommy McGrath for the lead. Got a little twitch in the car, had to back out of it, hit the binders. Otherwise, he'd have been in the McGrath. Trying to move up the track just a little bit, get a little bit more RPMs out of that big 100-power plant.
Littlefield laying on the chrome horn, tries to duck low on it too. They make contact. Sparks were flying in the backstretch. Now Fidanza goes the outside of Littlefield for 2nd with Putney right behind him.
Here he comes, Billy Putney, the family-owned Indian, the Rhythm Special. He's up to 4th. He's on Siege's rear bumper. Putney's looking stronger every lap we get on.
And Hosfeld is staying back from your leader. Looks like he may not have the chops to keep up with the top 4. He'll have to pedal hard if he wants to win this one, as we're getting down to 20 to go.
Looking back through the field, I'm not really seeing anybody making the big moves like they're going to come up there and challenge yet. Flanagan gets now underneath the big dog, Donnie Salvas Jr., but I'm looking at the main group of 5 or 6 cars up front. I think that's where our winner's going to be from tonight, Dave.
Your front 4 are trying to check out, led by Tom McGrath, with Rich Littlefield, Steve Sands, and Billy Putney in tow. They head off turn number 2. A little ways back is Hosfeld and Hare. Then they have a little distance between them. Matt Alex, Jim Flanagan, and Donnie Stoppins with Danny Knoll quickly make his way forward.
McGrath is getting higher and higher each time he exits the corner. He's getting through him. Now we got a spinner down there in turn number 2.
Turn 2, we got caution. Oh, Bill Koschuk couldn't see between the posts.
We're going to go green again.
Here we go. Nice slow start from Tom McGrath. Bunches up the field. Now he punches it out of 4. Tries to start down as Fidanza goes right to the outside of Rich Littlefield for the 2nd spot. But Siege can't find the room as Littlefield hangs on. Putney is right with them as well. Once again, those 4 quickly check out from the rest of the field.
Tommy McGrath leading after lap 31 as he pours the power to that fabrication number 12. Richie Littlefield is staying right with him, a half a car length. Now he closes up very quickly. Siege runs 3rd. Billy Putney, this is given a chance for Hosfeld and Carl Hare to pull back up there and make this a 6-car battle once again.
Littlefield stuck low, out of 4th. He fails to lead one more time. McGrath lays the door in. Fidanza goes wide once again into 1 and 2, trying to pull on by Littlefield, but Siege doesn't have the guns to hang on. Hosfeld now coming to life a little bit. He's doing a better job of keeping with the front 4 as McGrath definitely has a push.
McGrath is leading the door open. Every time he tries to go low, he's got to scrub up, hit the binders. He's going to leave the outside open. So Tommy McGrath's in a no-win situation.
Billy Putney loses power altogether going down the backstretch, holds up Chuck Hosfeld. Don't know what went wrong on your point leader.
Well, the Ritley Motors machine. And Crosby's going to come to the infield. That was a 4th-place running machine, so that's let the first 3 open up again, and a long distance back to the 4th-place Hosfeld.
Hosfeld was starting to catch up all of a sudden, but Putney, when the motor went or whatever died, that held him up big time as McGrath slams the door on Littlefield, but he has 15 laps to go.
Back in the field, we're watching 4th-place Hosfeld. He's being chased down very quickly by Jimmy Flanagan. I'm seeing no other movement. We got Carl Hare. Carl dropped back 1 spot. Now he's back to the 6th. You should be seeing a movement out on Hare. That machine's been running well. Flanagan got by him just a few minutes ago.
It is still McGrath, Littlefield, and Fidanza. It has been like that for about the last 20 or so laps. Hosfeld winning in 4th and 5th, trying desperately to catch your front 3. As they will put a lap down on Koschuk. Littlefield once again tucks it low out of 4. And he's been trying as everybody is to go way wide around Bill Koschuk.
Siege tried to make another move. He can't seem to do anything out of turn 2. The first two cars can pull away from him. He tries to go wide. He can't swing low. He's just battling out of turn 2 and can't make that move.
38 in, 12 to go now, and the laps are winding down. Can Todd McGrath hang on, or will Richie Littlefield regain the lead and fight back your early pole sitter? Lost the lead on lap 6, but McGrath may lose it one more time here as they come out of 4.
Close the lap car. They get on the front straightaway. Give them move oversight. Right there. Now, here we got a little contact between Flanagan and Hosfeld. Hosfeld goes through the infield, keeps going. Flanagan is sitting down there in turn 2.
And now Hosfeld runs through the water and loops it on the backstretch. And that'll bring a caution with 11 laps to go.
Yeah, that was one of those situations. Flanagan to get a little bit too hot. Got into the back bumper and Hosfeld and took him out of the 4th spot and himself out of the 5th spot.
That bumps up Carl Hare and there. Give a call to Chris Finicero. He's having a strong run as well. He is in 8th. Pete Britton 9th. Dave Wahlberg is in the 10th spot. Here we go.
And deep in the pack, Hosfeld, Flanagan, and Teddy Christopher all nose to tail. They're going to be working. Green's out. Tom McGrath powers away the quick. Here goes Seeds to the outside of Littlefield.
And it didn't work as Seeds loses a little ground on that rough restart. It's single file for most of the front runners. Hosfeld quickly trying to break into the top 10. He's underneath Dave Wahlberg. Littlefield, McGrath made a little contact coming out of turn 4. McGrath makes that lead. He has 10 laps left.
Tommy's getting that nose open wider and wider. We got a spinner down the front. Brett Shears swings around here in the family-owned number 8 machine.
Brett Shears spinning on the front stretch. This is what happened at the U.S. Open last year. But hopefully everybody will avoid him this time.
Yeah, we don't need to see somebody flying over Brett Shear again. For those of us who were here, we remember seeing Brett Setton just about the same place, and we saw a car fly way over top of him.
Did you see that wreck during practice at Bristol Friday afternoon? The Busch. One more. Chuck Hosfeld has worked his way up to the 8th spot. He has 7 cars ahead of him. Can he do it? The restart will be the key.
Tommy McGrath seems to be holding the speed down. They ask him to pick it up. He's a leader. He sets the pace, but he seems to be keeping the pace down. Littlefield right on his rear bumper, pushing a little bit. Finally, McGrath fires off turn 4.
And once again, Bonanza to the outside of Rich Littlefield for the 2nd spot. Littlefield, though, going to hang on. No, it's stop it side by side. Al Regal to the office. Al Regal to the office.
McGrath by a car length off turn 4, leaving the door open. Here comes Littlefield. He's got power.
There's no side-by-side. Littlefield down low. This is the move he's looking for. Out of turn 2. Rich Littlefield regains the lead.
Littlefield, lots of power off turn 4. We told you the door would be open. It did. Now let's see if Siege can also fill that spot. Littlefield through 1 and 2 with the lead. McGrath runs in. He pushes high. Siege has got it opening on the low side. Siege Bonanza's inside. McGrath running for the 2nd spot.
And Bonanza goes down low into turn 3. Siege Bonanza takes over the number 2 spot. Chuck Hosfeld up to 6 as he works past Donnie Stoddard. But he's got to do some hard charging and catch the front 5 with 7 laps remaining.
It could be the extra 75 pounds is telling on the right rear of McGrath's machine as the first 2. Littlefield and Siege are pulled away. McGrath, after leading so long, has now dropped back to 3rd. He's pushing off the corners. He's rolled over the leader, dropped back further. But Littlefield with 3 car lengths on Siege Bonanza.
6 car lengths left, and Littlefield just stretched things out just a little bit ahead of Bonanza as Siege looks to have some kind of push into 1 and 2. Now Littlefield runs a little bit of higher line. The front three seem to have some kind of push into turn 2 and 4.
Handling problems definitely setting in. Tire wear. We've got 5 left in the books. Littlefield, 3, 4 car lengths on Siege Bonanza, going into 3. Siege dives in deep, tries to make up room. He's down to 2 car lengths, but Littlefield still pulling away off the corner. Running in 3rd, McGrath. Carl Hare in the 4th spot. Danny Old Jr. runs 5th. Hosfeld has now moved up to the 6th spot, but he's got a long way to go. The big dog runs 7th. But up front, Richie Littlefield, 2 car lengths as they work through 3 and 4. They got another 3 laps to go. Littlefield with 4 car lengths down the front straightaway. It's got about another 5 lengths back to the 3rd place running car of Tommy McGrath, who's being pressured by Carl Hare. But out front, Littlefield, lap trapping ahead. They've got 2 more laps to go. Lap trapping as Richie swings wide. He's back 3 car lengths. Littlefield, 2 lengths to go for a win. $5,000 to win the Tommy Drewer Mr. Modified Special. Off turn 3 and 4. Down, tucking to the line. Littlefield right. Powers off. The white flag is out. Siege is back 5 car lengths. He'll never catch him. McGrath settles into the third. Now here runs 4th. Danny Knoll Jr. 5th. And Hosfeld 6th. But down the back straightaway through 3 and 4. Looking to left, traffic, pulling it down low, powering up a 4. The winner of the Tommy Drewer Mr. Modified race, Richie Littlefield. Siege runs second. That is Tommy McGrath. Now here, Danny Knoll Jr., Chuck Hosfeld, the big dog, Donnie Stallbitz. And we'll let the scores pick them up. But after an adventurous second place for many, many laps, Richie Littlefield kept working and working and working. Finally, Tommy McGrath makes the mistake, swings wide, opens the door, and the door was open for none other than Richie Littlefield. Siege Fidanza with a marvelous second hot run out of that car tonight, but he couldn't make up the distance. Littlefield was plain hooked. So in a few minutes, we'll clear the track and we'll get the winner of $5,000 coming to the front straightaway. Littlefield, Richie Littlefield in the number 1 machine. He's number 1 tonight. That's the number on the car. Richie Littlefield takes home $5,000 in the Tommy Drewer Mr. Modified 50. Dave, it's all yours.
2 in a row. Guess you can kind of say a dark horse to win this race, but he started on the pole. Number 1 is number 1 for the second straight week. Okay, we'll take care of that. A big check from Lancaster and AC Delco, made out for 5,000 big ones. Billy Colton, Sr., down here in Victory Lane on the cell phone. They're letting everybody out, just about. We still have one more feature race tonight, the late models, I believe. Come on, Richie, get off the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Modified 2002, Richie Littlefield. And another roof dance. Richie's got a better roof dance than Danny Johnson. Crowd surfing. Richie! Richie, I need to borrow you for a few seconds. Everybody down here congratulating. Mr. Excitement, 2 weeks in a row, man. You must have this car set up for the longer run because you love to fight back after losing a lead early.
It's just like any other sport. You can get behind a little bit, and you learn something from your opponents, and by the end of the game, hopefully you're the winner. It worked out tonight. Now, Tommy was strong, let me tell you.
After the last restart, I want to talk about that. He seemed to get you, but you were really strong on getting down low on him.
Well, he was slowing the restart down a little bit, and I had to be ready for him to take off, so I was trying to be glued to his bumper. And every time I glued, he unglued and took off on me, but I was getting through the corners better, so I let him get a little ahead of me so that I could work on him in the corners.
You also had your hands full back there for a second with Zeke Zanza, but you managed to keep him up high as well and keep that inside line.
Well, we're fast enough. I thought I gave him enough room to do what he had to do. If I couldn't pull him off the corners, then I would have had to maybe step down a little bit and give him a little more room, but he didn't have nothing for us off the corners. He was gaining on us maybe in the corners, what my crew was telling us, but we're here in Victory Lane. That's all that matters now.
2 weeks in a row, and now you're $5,000 richer. Things are looking up lately for you.
Oh, man, this is, it don't get any better than this except for September 29th when we got the U.S. Open 10 grand, and the money means a hell of a lot, but I'll tell you, the family, the friends, the crew, the support from all the fans, the sponsors, Fourscore. I forgot to thank them last week. Where's Joe Denny, my motor builder? He better be here. He says he doesn't get in pictures, but he's got to get out here. And I'd like to thank, of course, my collision shop, CarStar Collision, Rich and Don Littlefield, Oliver Street Coffee House, Donna and Carl Osterman. Couldn't be here without them. Jacala's Truck and Auto, Joey Schmitz, John Jacala, Main Street Host, Sally Industries, Ship and Shore, Bill Colt for his support through the years, and then my crew. What can I say? Jack, Rick, Brian, Gorman, Bustales, Billy, Dave, Jack, and a lot of the old faces I haven't seen, and man, what a night. I love it. Fans, thank you very much. And Ralph for putting up the big cake. I love you, buddy.
Mr. Modified 2002 Richie Littlefield, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smokes. It's pandemonium down here. We got to take care of some business and some Victory Lane stuff on the Simping Central Race Cam Control on WXRL 1300. We'll be right back with the top late model feature.